Dude, man, I'm ready to watch drag racing again. I'm ready to see cool cars on the street, man. I'm missing it big time.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah, and then what happened to you? What happened to y'all's area that last night?
7 inches of snow overnight. Woke up and my driveway was clear, and now it's not.
Dude, that is bullshit. That is too tough. Well, guys, welcome to Drag Driver Pete News presented by Summit Racing for December 7th, 2025. It's crazy that it's this late in the year already. I can't believe it. Today, we're going to talk about Drag and Drive Awards. We're going to list what we're going to award at the thing. So that'll be kind of fun. We're going to talk about the top 10 list of quarter mile national level events. Man, there's just a ton of stuff going on. Snowbirds down there, little gangsters showed up with a bunch of drag and drive racers. So, Mr. Eric White, we hit that intro video and we get this thing going.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. I'm kind of excited to do this, dude. This is our last show before PRI, our last news episode, and we're kind of covering some stuff around the community, but we're also talking about some of the stuff at PRI for the awards and all that kind of stuff. I see Rovik in here this morning, previous Drag and Drive ambassador and previous Drag and Drive Road King by Driven Racing Oil. It's I think one year he put 30 something thousand miles on getting to and from Drag and Drive events. Dude's an animal. Appreciate him and all his support. It's pretty crazy. Guys, my name is Mike Narks. I host the show and the news, which is what you're watching right here, and live and breathe everything Drag and Drive. My right-hand man, Mr. Eric White. Tell him what you got going on, dude.
Eric White, co-host of the show and news, everything drag drive repeat related, the circuit related, artwork for other events. Lately been working on photos, but this Midwest weather has really got in the way of doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can't imagine 7 inches of snow, man. I'm out. That makes no fun to me at all.
Right.
Say good morning to everybody dropping in here, y'all. It's been crazy, man. We've just the more and more we get ready for PRI, the more and more I get just kind of anxious, man. Not really nervous. I'm not scared or anything like that anymore, but just anxious. It's been a pretty wild couple weeks and a lot of stuff going on. I spent a lot of time, not yesterday, we drove all over the country yesterday, but man, it's just wild the amount of information that's going to drop over the next few weeks. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for being our race car friends. We cannot do this without you guys. I don't know if you know that or not. We kind of enjoy the back and forth. A lot of folks in here saying good morning this morning. Thank you so much for doing that. And then we just ask one thing, just hit that share button as we jump in here and go over all this stuff. And of course, thanks to our sponsors. All this stuff wouldn't be possible without them and you guys. So if you're doing some shopping this weekend, please hit these folks up. Or if you're going to be at PRI, we talked about these, I think, on episode 131 or 132 with everybody's location and booth number and all that kind of stuff. I will be posting that over the next few days as well, because we want you to go by and say hi to those folks and just tell them thanks for the support within the community for sure. So Summit Racing, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, JWire Solutions, AFCO Racing, products, Performa-Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Y'all, if you're shopping, hit them up, please, please, please. And, Summit Racing, Speed Legacy, almost 60 years ago, 1968, one-man startup, now the World Speed Shop, 200 plus catalog editions in 4 huge warehouse facilities. 3 of them I know because I've been to at least 2 of them with the outlet center in the back, right? That's it's pretty impressive back there. We've spent some money in there on a drag and drive before.
Right.
So 1,500 products, more than a million SKUs they've got there. You can also find them on Facebook and YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for all your social media stuff, or like we'll be listening to on Tuesday night, the On All Cylinders podcast for more automotive discussions. From humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need. Full speed, and you can find our affiliate link at any spot, anywhere, all over the website, all over the Facebook page. It's the pinned post at the top will take you right to there. It takes you to Summit, but obviously it's our affiliate link from there. So appreciate you guys, appreciate Summit and all the stuff they do. They're actually sponsoring this show, the news, the show, and the awards, and they're the sponsor of the circuit. So pretty awesome. They are involved in just about everything we do, and not just friends, but they're also, big drag and drive racers. They're also, tons of really cool stuff they got going on, and we appreciate them. And they're involved in just about everything, especially this Drag and Drive World Championship deal. Dude, that was crazy. Points. I got a little bit nerdy over the last couple days and had some fun stuff. It doesn't have anything to do with points, but all the times and all the ETs and quarter mile, national, regional, all that kind of fun stuff. So you guys will be able to see the Drag and Drive World Champion awarded at PRI during the Drag and Drive Awards on Thursday at 11 a.m. Let's talk about Drag Drive Repeat update stuff, though, man, because this one, I wanted to basically, me and you we'll alternate through these, but we're going to go through the quickest 10 quarter mile racers of 2025 at national level events. These are unique racers. Some of these racers have done more than one event, but we use their quickest single event for this list for any kind of like top 100 or what will be coming later today, the top 50 eighth mile stuff too. So, we're going to break down the top 100, or actually all the quarter mile national stuff later in the show. So number one, of course, Mr. Ned Dunphy, kind of a badass. I don't know if y'all know that or not. He's reset records, 617 average, reset the overall all-time quarter mile record. Just, man, showed out at Hot Rod Drag Week.
Yeah, that was impressive. Second place, Brett LaSala in the Snot Rocket Mustang at Sick Week with a 624 average.
Yeah,
or,
pretty crazy.
Quickest pass, sorry.
Yeah, well, no, these are the averages. Yeah, these aren't
Okay.
these are the averages. Yeah, we don't typically do much with single pass, just because, like, if you're gonna do single pass, do you do unlimited single pass, like to where they could have not finished, and do you do one that is finished? It's just this crazy thing. So, yeah, all these will be averages. Sorry, I didn't put that in the notes there. Josh Davis in Devin Vanderhoof's '93 Ford Mustang convertible, Sick Week 2025, 657 average for that car.
And then fourth place, Bryant Goldstone in the Corvette, 1953 Corvette at Drag Week 2025 with a 6.60, 660.
Man, that dude's an animal. Graham Hayes up next in the number 5 spot, 66 Nova. This car went from a nitrous car to twin turbos and dropped like almost a full second, I think. Sick Week 2025, Ultimate Iron, 664 average for him that week.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Number 6, Les Smith in the 2011 Camaro at Sick Week, 682.
Yeah, he's a badass. I love that car. Steve Morris in the Boostmaster wagon, who'll be in the booth next to us in the AFCO booth. Sick Week 2025 for him, 683, holding down that number 7 spot.
Yeah, real 6 and 7 are pretty close there.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, Will Fair, 56 Chevy Bel Air at Drag Week was a 688.
Man, that car, one of my favorites, about 300 feet out, that thing would just kind of lift the wheels back up as he poured all the power in. And then Nick Reinhardt, who's going to be in the Howard's Cams booth, that 67 Nova will be in there. That looks very similar to Graham Hayes. Made that mistake a few times during the week there. 67 Nova, Sick Week 2025, heavy metal class, 693 average for him.
And then rounding out the top 10, Alex Taylor in the 55 Chevy 210 at Sick Week with a 693.
Yeah, she's a bad lady.
This is the first time our top 10 have all been in the sixes. So that's, you want to talk about the progression of cars and how quick they go. I mean, there it is right there. Top 10, all in the sixes, and I think they're all between drag week and sick week, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah, that was definitely the two quickest events of the year, for sure. And I think it's just maybe placement. I mean, they're closer to the ocean and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, people were really laying their stuff out at Drag Week, trying to get all the numbers they could. That's for sure. It was pretty awesome, man. That's a hell of a list. And we're going to talk here in a minute how many people were in the sixes, sevens, eights, nines, tens. The 10-second time frame is going to blow y'all's mind how many racers ended up in that ET bracket.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all those guys. And again, last part of Drag Driver Pete updates here, man. Booth 4611 at PRI. If you guys are going, got to come by and say hi. We have 6 or 7 live streams planned, from events to event promoters coming by. We have Mike Galimi coming by. We have racers coming by to talk about all kinds of stuff. This is going to be a fun one. So the folks at home are still going to get some of that feed from PRI. We're going to be, I mean, poor Brian is like literally not going to do anything but have serious FOMO as we go through PRI, because all he's going to get to look at is just reels and all the cool cars that are there. So he'll be dropping all of that. We'll be sending him footage, I guess, and then he'll be editing it down and doing all that. So it's going to be kind of fun. But booth 4611 have a huge roster of people that are drag and drive. Man, I don't even like, they've all veterans, drag and drive veterans. These guys are that are going to be in the booth. So if Eric and I are out, there's still a ton of people there that you're going to want to see. So it's going to be pretty awesome to man, this year I feel like is just a way different year. I feel like we're finally kind of getting some strides at PRI.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Matt laying in here saying, "See you at your booth." I'm excited, man. We're pumped to hang out, and we're actually going to talk about Back to the Streets here in just a minute. So
yeah, Jeff saying 6-second average streetcars. Think about that. 6-second streetcars. Crazy to think about. I remember when 10 was a pinnacle.
Yeah, I mean, 20 years ago, first drag week, 850 won it. Like it's pretty wild. Well, real quick on the circuit 2026 update here. Car Change 3D is returning as the U versus U sponsor. I'm kind of excited about this. Talked to Corey yesterday about this. He says he loves this class. He's like, man, I love being a part of this class. One, because it's the biggest. That's always kind of a fun thing when you have 50 cars battling it out. He wants to follow the same format the other sponsors do and do $350 to the winner and $100 to the runner up for the class. This class is so large, we will award the top 3 with trophies for that as well. So big thanks to Car Change 3D for coming back on board. I think this is his 3rd year to sponsor that class. So kind of a big deal for us at the circuit. We appreciate that a whole bunch. I want to say shout out to Corey. So if you guys are looking for that special car guy gift or whatever, that's your spot to go this morning. All right. Driven Racing Oil, sir. Let's talk about some events, because man, one thing I've wanted to do with this segment for a long time is not just give a countdown to the next 5 events, which I feel like is what we did all year, because man, there was just like event every week. So
yeah,
pretty wild. Lead us in here, man.
All right, Driven Racing Oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. Driven Racing Oil is built for the demands of drag and drive racing. GP1 delivers consistent protection from the burnout box to the highway miles and in between. From classic hot rods to modern boosted builds, GP1's Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and race-proven additives keep engines alive for the long haul. DDR10 is the discount you can use on drivenracingoil.com to get a 10% discount on anything on their website. And then they will be at PRI, so make sure you follow them on Facebook and Instagram, see their PRI booth. And if you're going to be at PRI, make sure you swing by and talk to them as well.
100%. All right. Well, obviously, I don't know if anybody's heard, but we're doing an award show at PRI, room 235, Thursday, 11 a.m. Please be there. We're going to list the awards that we're giving out later on in the show.
Yep. And then Sick Cart Chaos, obviously one of our favorite parts of PRI. That is on Thursday from 6 until 10 p.m. The teams are going to be announced tomorrow. So December 8th is when the roster comes out. So we'll find out who is on what teams. And my question to you, are we going to hold down that last trophy, or are we going to go for the top trophy?
If I'm not first, I'm last.
Perfect.
Yeah. There's no way that we're going to be first. There's no. So it is a little different this year. The thing they're dropping tomorrow, isn't that the list of racers that can race? Because they're only
Uh,
choosing like 80 or something like that, right?
yeah, I think I thought tomorrow is when they're actually announcing who's on what teams. I think they're going to pick their drivers,
Oh,
and that list will be out tomorrow, I believe.
oh, interesting. Well, fun. Look, I hope I'm on that list. If not, man, Tommy, not with that attitude. Probably when I said if I'm not first, I'm last.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, gonna be pretty interesting, man. Last year, smooth wore me out, so I'm excited to do that again.
Yeah, I think I don't remember last year. I think during qualifying, I had the quickest time on our team, but
Mhm.
then during the actual final race, I was getting smoked out there.
Yeah,
I was
it's fun, like you wouldn't think, but like your lats and the core stuff, man. That's why the
your
skinny kids, young, do so well.
your lungs, man. When I got out of the car, I'm like, why am I breathing so heavy? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was actually showing some coworkers on Friday some of the videos of the track because they're like, "You're doing go karts." I'm like, "Yeah, these aren't just go karts." So I had to show them some videos, and they're like, "That looks pretty intense." And I'm like, "It is,"
yeah. I
and
mean, being that
you're full throttle through 90% of the track with, one spot maybe lifting a little bit and getting back on it, and then that
yeah,
hairpin turn. Boy, that's
man, where where it was just pinned you against the seat the
yeah,
whole time. Yep, yep. That big long right hander. Yeah, that's what got me every time. I want to say good morning, Tyler Russellman here, the manager and grandson of George Ray's Wildcat Drag Strip in Paragould, Tennessee, or Arkansas. Pretty awesome. That's a track. That's a bucket list track, guys. You got to get over there. George Ray's is a wild, wild place. It's really fun. Yeah, I'm excited about this Kart Chaos.
yeah,
This
yeah,
literally to give Tom Bailey credit. He is the reason we did this go kart racing at the circuit 2023 or
yeah.
2024. Yeah, he is the reason. This event right here was an absolute blast, and I was like, we're not missing that again.
Yeah, I remember our first year, we didn't really know about the go karts, and we hit the Drag Illustrated after party, and then found
Mhm.
out all of our race car friends were doing go karts,
Yeah,
and we're like, wait, what? Go
yeah,
karts?
yeah. Definitely
So,
go karts. Definitely go karts. Yeah,
yep,
gonna be pretty awesome. And then, dude, back to the streets drop their information May 20th through 24th. I'm excited to talk with Matt about some of this, some of the plans he has for Back to the Streets this year. He says, for planning purposes, consider a similar Midwest state as last year.
mm,
So, like, that could work, like Indiana, all that kind of cool stuff. So, all the cool tracks they went to last year. Looks like they're going to be back in that same region this year.
nice. That'll be exciting.
Hmm.
BC Drag It Challenge, their dates are going to be June 17th through 22nd. So that's right in a busy time of the year too.
Hmm. Yeah, that June timeframe is going to be nuts again. It always is absolutely
Mhm.
crazy. Good luck to them. I think they have a countdown on their Facebook page of the registration. I think it's like 25 days or something like that. So I don't know when it is. Maybe the 10th or 12th of January, something in that range. And then Streetcar Challenge is back for 2026. This is one that's in the South. I think it's run at like Jake's Drag Strip and stuff like that. May 7th through 10th. They put up a deal earlier in the year or a couple weeks ago, I guess, asking when they should kind of plan on it. And man, I was like, early, 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 please. We need more early events throughout the year. So May 7th through 10th is going to be awesome. So you can do the circuit the weekend before and then creep down to Streetcar Challenge, do it the next weekend.
Yeah. That is a good idea. So that puts us up to 33 events for 2026. So pretty crazy that we're first week of December and we already have
Mhm.
33 on the calendar for 2026. So I remember you, me, and Tommy having a Coke bet on how many we're going to be in not last year but the year before, and Man, it's
Mhm.
just been crazy. We're just keep creeping and creeping. But for
Yeah.
that full schedule, you guys can find that at dragdriverpete.com/event list dash 2026.
Hang on. We need to go back and watch that. The live stream from PRI last year with Tommy, because I did somebody say there's gonna be more than 50 events this year? I feel like somebody somebody did. I feel like somebody did say that. Um, anyways, we'll find out. I'll go back and watch that, and we'll settle up on that bet in just a
Was
little
it
bit.
was it last year or was it 2 years ago?
I think it was 2024
Hmm.
because they're not doing a PRI booth this year.
Right. I thought it was 2 years ago because I thought it was just us three. And I think last year we had some other people. I don't know. We'll have to go back and find
What?
out.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did. Yeah. So you are correct. So Tommy may have been right. I don't know. We'll see. I can watch both of them, just like all of our race car friends should as well. Guys, again, hit up Driven Racing Oil, DDR10 for a 10% discount code. I know they've got a bunch of specials going on right now for the end of the year and Christmas and all that kind of stuff. And then also find them at PRI. I can't remember their booth number, but again, we're going to be posting that over the next couple of days. And if you haven't done it yet, download the PRI Show Planner app and start checking the boxes of the booths you want to go to. So.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Danny Fatka in here saying, see if they'll let you, see if they allow a helmet cam. Struggle is we use their helmets, so they don't have a mount on those. But yeah, definitely front, back, and side mount would be perfect. That way we can see all the people passing me.
Need like one of those Insta 360 cameras like on the back of the go-kart.
Yeah, definitely. Just Tommy is not going to pick me. The more I talk about this, Tommy is not going to pick me.
We need a microphone to hear the breathing too. And
Dude,
and the swear words that come out
yeah,
during that race.
little ASMR for you there. It's just me like huffing and puffing. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, D-Torx is the leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, rails, regulators, filters, lines and fittings, plus pump modules and surge tanks, all engineered to support power levels from 400 to 3,000 horsepower, like we saw when we were there. You know, GTR stuff's insane. Uh, D-Torx builds precision fueling solutions that racers and tuners can trust. Every product is engineered for reliability and maximum efficiency. D-Torx is shaping the future of high performance fueling. Code DDR10 at checkout. When you're in there, guys, just they got anything you could possibly need for your fuel system. They got it. Make sure to stop by and say hi to Mark and Krista and the rest of the team. I don't know who all they're going to have at PRI, but they're going to be in booth 5161 in the yellow hall. So right down from us.
Oh yeah, we're gonna stop by.
Oh yeah, can't wait. I cannot wait. And for all of our AFCO racing friends, racers know when you want performance that wins, you want AFCO. From shocks and suspension to cooling brakes and more, AFCO Racing has been helping teams go faster for over 30 years. Built by racers for racers. Check out the AFCO Advantage and follow them today on social media for the latest in performance parts. AFCO Racing, built to win. Tommy said more like wheezing, dude. I don't even know if you can count it as wheezing. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So, like we've said several times, the AFCO team is right next door to us in booth 4601. So we're going to be bothering the hell out of them all week at PRI. So they're going to have Steve Morse's Boostmaster wagon in that. So that'll be kind of cool. I'm hoping that their booth layout allows us that shot when we're doing an interview with a promoter or racer that will have the Boostmaster wagon in the back. That's kind of my hope.
Travis says he's got an Insta 360 camera. We can clip it on you.
Oh, I'm in. I'm in. That'll be a blast. Yeah, plan on it for sure. Well, man, I wanted to talk about drag and drive by the numbers, right? So this is where I get a chance to get just a little bit nerdy, and hopefully we don't lose a bunch of people when I start talking this stuff. But this is what makes this kind of racing so interesting to me. So obviously, I worked on the top 100 national event list the other day. Again, unique racers using their fastest average time, all that kind of stuff. This list here is going to break down. These aren't unique racers that make up these. How many cars are in the sixes, how many cars are in the tens, and all that kind of stuff. These are everyone's actual finishes. So these are cars that finished an event. We are also going to talk about how many cars did not finish an event, which is going to blow some minds as well. So me and you just kind of rotate through this, but total entries for the year, 1,943 racers competed in a quarter mile national level event. Dude, in 2022, there were 2,100 racers total in drag and drive.
Right.
Like, dude, now we've got that many in just a quarter mile event.
Yep. So unique racers, that jumps down to 17 and 92.
Yeah, which tells you 150 racers did more than one event, which is
Right.
pretty freaking awesome. You know, you start thinking about, I mean, that's a pretty good number there. Total events that were classified as national level, classified as quarter mile, or had a quarter mile class in them. There were 7 of those. So of 53, there's only 7 events that make up 1,943 racer entries.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So jumping into racers by average numbers. So there were 14 cars out of those 7 events that were in the sixes,
Yeah.
which is pretty impressive.
The most ever. I mean, obviously, we've never seen that. We've never had top 10 in the sixes. I mean, 4 of those are Bryant Goldstone.
Right.
Like, that's pretty badass. 25 cars in the set with a 7-second average. That's a bunch. I don't think we've ever had that big of a number as well.
Yeah.
It's just
100,
crazy.
115 in the eights, which is really wild. There's a big jump from 25s in the sevens to 115 in the eights.
Yeah, that is the 8-second streetcar the new fast car? Like,
I think that's I definitely think there's a line between the eights and quicker, and we talk
yeah.
about all the time with, cage requirements and everything else that, like, I think eights is where a majority of the people, that's like where they want to get to, that 850 range. Because,
Mm-hmm.
it takes quite a bit to go beyond that, not only, from the car itself, but the safety requirements and all that. So 115 in the eights is a lot.
Wrap your mind around this. So 115 cars in the eights. This is why I don't need to do this live, but 115 cars in the eights. There are 21 cars that are from 80 to 849.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking 94 cars from 850 to 899.
Yeah.
That's
To me,
crazy.
that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, oh, for sure. 187 cars in the 9, so we're starting to see that bigger number. Obviously, a little slower cars are definitely easier to build and easier on drag and drives, but I mean, dude, and these are averages. These are cars that finished an event. So 187 cars in the 9s is pretty badass.
Yeah, and the biggest of all of these is the 10-second. 289 cars in the tens.
Yeah. I think this is the second year that we've had where the 10-second cars have been the biggest grouping. For a long time before that, it was always the 12-second cars that were the largest grouping. But 289, bro, that's insane. That is
Yeah, that's
insane.
because all those 12-second guys inch their ways up to tens now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what happens. 246 cars in the 11s. Man, that's a huge number.
Yeah, 257 cars in the 12s, which is
Yeah.
also your second largest class still.
So what's that? 800 cars, pretty close. I don't do public math, but somewhere in there, 750 to 800 cars, right there in a 10 to 12 second. I mean, that's the bread and butter of. I feel like what we all feel is a very quick street car. 188 cars in the 13s.
Yeah, and then 108 in the 14s.
Yeah, and then everything else after that, it's 153 cars make up the rest of the list there to run out all that.
So interesting number. Out of those, this number here, does that come out of the 1792 or the 1943?
So these will be the 1943.
So out of 1,943 cars, 361 didn't not finish an event, which
Yeah.
it's pretty low, honestly.
Yeah, which that's a little less than 20%, which is about normal.
Yeah.
18%. It seems like that is just about the running math around all the around the year for different events, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, 361 cars didn't finish, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, and
And
that's out
again,
of 7 events. So if you think about it that way too, there's, what's
yeah,
that end up being? 70 an
50.
event,
Yeah,
50.
yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's a good point. So again, these are quarter mile national event averages that we went through there with all the numbers. Just one more time, run through those. I am doing the same stats and numbers and all that stuff on eighth mile events as well, because there were a bunch of those too, and a bunch of eighth mile classes within events. So I'll have those breakdowns as well. I'll probably just make an article on those and post it up in there. So pretty awesome, man. You just think about 1,943 racers entered in a quarter mile class or event in 2025. That this thing is growing leaps and bounds. I mean, we just can't explain it enough to everybody that's out there. It's why it's so important for you guys to go by these booths and say thank you and all that kind of stuff. We listed out in episode 132, I think, of the show that there was, we have a whole list of all of the other booths that are drag and drive friendly, that have either drag and drive cars in them or are a part of the community in some way. They're a sponsor of a brand or something like that, or an event or something. Man, just guys, all if all you do at PRI is talk about drag and drive, you've done it. You've helped the entire sport. So we saw it
So
last year. Go ahead.
out of those numbers, which one of those surprised you the most?
Man, truly the 9-second cars. I'm going to look back. I wonder how many were nines in 2024 season. Just based on percentages, I think that would be an interesting number to find out. Because the 9-second street car is very fast.
Yeah.
But just doing that there with the 94 cars that finished with an 850 to 899 average, that's pretty badass. Hang on. Let me
Yeah.
look. What same question for you.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was kind of tossed up between, the 14 cars in the six is obviously impressive, but the 289 and the tens was another one. Because like you said, a couple years ago, 12s were the biggest class. And, I'm kind of curious if we were to look at that list of 289 that are in the tens, were those cars that were in the 11s and 12s, a couple years ago? Did they improve to the tens? Are they new racers that came into the tens? Just, try to see year over year, is it actually people getting quicker, or are we just getting more people in? And it's probably a pretty good combination of both, honestly.
Yep. We love the 850 stuff. Here's you another stat. You ready for this one? 33 cars finished with an 850 average, like 8500 to 85978 throughout the year. 33 cars, dude.
Is that unique racers or
No,
just
that's total.
that's
Yeah.
still pretty wild though.
Yeah, 33 cars. That's more than ran 800 to 849.
That's true. And more cars ran 850s than they did 80 to 849.
Yeah.
And if you think about that, I bet you those 33 that ran the 850 probably have more 849 passes than that whole group of people underneath
Yeah.
them.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Stuff they couldn't even turn in. Yeah.
Right.
That's a great point. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that group of cars is just so impressive to me. And to have 33, I may write that article too if I've got time. So that's pretty awesome to go through, name some names, see how many people doubled up. Like Randy Seward's in there a couple times. Brian Acton's in there a couple times. John Moore's in there a couple times.
Jeremy Ortiz, maybe.
Probably.
He's another
There's
big 850
Jeremy.
guy. So
Yeah.
pretty
Anyways,
pretty pretty wild. I think that's, for me, that's the long-term goal one day is to, be in that 850. I don't know that I can ever keep up like competitive wise with those guys with the everything that we got going on, but it would be cool to, jump into that class one day and, even give it a shot.
yeah, and just make that list. That'll be interesting to see if once I break it down, like how many guys accidentally got in that class, like they were running in maybe super sport, but end up running in 850 something, and then how many guys were in 850 classes trying to run that 850 number to end up in the winter spot. Pretty crazy. Pretty
Yeah.
crazy. So, again, thanks to AFCO, booth 4601 at PRI. I'm sure that with them being so close, we'll end up with them on the camera at some point talking about all the stuff and all the cool things they got going on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff Kirchick, great conversation before we move on. Says it's cool to watch the progression in all the classes from 15s to 6s step up their game. Yeah, that is a great point. And I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. We are still working. This historical data has really taken on a whole new life of its own, and never thought it would be this busy with stuff. And so it's really pretty crazy to try and just really figure out how to manipulate all this data to where it can be usable for people like that. I mean, a spreadsheet isn't going to do anything for anybody. So trying to figure out how to work around that and make it more user friendly and to where you could find that out. Like a guy like Rick Steinke, could you go in and see that in 2012 he ran a 1050 or a 1250, and then you could see his progression throughout the years. So anyways, working on that hard. That's my plan. One of my plans for early next year is to have that whole system rolled out. Just never would have thought we'd have been covering 50 events a year. I thought we'd be in the 30s, but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. We love you guys.
Yep. Appreciate all of our race car friends again tuning in here on this Sunday morning for our last episode before PRI, which is kind of crazy. Can't wait to see all of you guys, all of our race car friends at PRI. And again, can't do it without our sponsors. If you're going to be at PRI, make sure you stop by and check out these folks that are going to be there. And again, doing some shopping, check these people out. We've got affiliate links, we've got discount codes, and we can get you in contact with any person at these companies. So thank you to Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performabuilt Transmission, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk.
Oh, for sure. And to answer Steve here, yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you as well. And just a reminder, Eric and I will be running around most mornings, talking to sponsors, doing live streams from booths and all that kind of stuff. If you see us and we're in a beeline to somewhere, please stop us. Please say hi. We may only be able to stay for 10 or 15 seconds, but please, let's get some photos. Let's get some selfies. Let's do all that kind of stuff. We want to, man, I want to meet as many people as I possibly can and see as many friends as we possibly can at PRI. And then we will be in the booth. Our plan is most afternoons to be there starting around noon or 1 and be there all afternoon and just hanging out, interviewing folks on the live stream if you're willing to. And then also, if you don't want to do that, hey, let's just talk. Let's hang out. Let's have fun. Chris Wozniak will be there with some WAF racing stuff. So all you carburetor guys come by. And then, man, it's going to be a rotating mass. 10 by 20 booth. My brother and I were laying it out yesterday or 2 days ago. And I'm like, this is going to be way different for us. This is going to be really, really cool to have just a ton more space. So I'm really excited this year.
We're usually pretty crammed in there if we're all there too.
Yep.
And our stuff in general, like we got stuff stuck in corners and behind things just to try to get room for people to walk in.
That's exactly right. Rovic, he says hashtag KCA, which is keep carbs alive. That's right.
And he said, can't wait to get in that 850 club too.
Dude, he's close, man. I'm telling you, hey, that big block Oldsmobile is going to be breathing down some necks. Randy Bellahar, you are on notice to say the least.
I don't know if you saw his comment earlier that here he said, on the way to the engine shop, check over the motor for sick week. So we talk about that short off season, and Rovic's there getting ready.
Yeah, 10 weeks, I think, was the off season. I think we're now down to, I mean, we're less than 2 months. We're 7 weeks, probably 8 weeks from sick week.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, thanks, Danny. We appreciate that a bunch. All right, Car Chains 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts. Say that in the right way for your project car, dashes, Holly mounts, any kind of mounts you can possibly want. He has it anywhere you want to mount it in any kind of car. He can do it, but he also has a ton of really cool stuff that he can do. Like the custom buttons we showed a couple weeks ago that you can put in your car. He's got clippable light mounts that go on the on your roll cage that are rechargeable and you can put them anywhere, all that kind of stuff. Car Chains 3D on Facebook and Instagram. And again, thank you so much to Corey for coming back for the U versus U sponsorship for the circuit 2026. Again, we're going to be doing trophies for the top 3, cash payouts for winner and runner up for that class at the circuit 2026, which happens April 30th through May 3rd, with registration opening up on January 16th to returning racers and January 17th to new racers if we make the public spot. During this segment, I want to talk about Little Gangsters at the Snowbirds, bro, because our Drag and Drive friends really went down there and just, man, they just kicked ass. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah.
They did great. So, Little Gangsters at Snowbirds, run us through some of these folks, man.
Yeah, so you can see here on the screen for those watching, Tommy Hoskinson won it all. He won the 2025 Little Gangsters final.
Yeah,
So,
$20,000, man. That's a pretty big deal.
yeah, no kidding. Other racers that were there, Rick Steinke was there. He went out first round to Corey Galletti. I'm not sure who Corey is, but that's tough to see there. Kevin from KSR Performance also went out in round 1, so tough there. We know he can drive, so had to been a good race. Jimmy Dale made it to round 3. Jimmy Reinhart also made it to round 3, and Ty Braun out round 1, which is also another tough one. So definitely some tough hitters in that class, but to see Tommy go out there and win it all, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Ty down there racing, I thought was pretty cool. I mean, I figured that guy was going to be out there, duking it out with those guys as well. Jimmy Reinhardt is in that super sweet patina, perfect patina Nova, I think is what I called it last weekend. Man, that thing is so cool.
Yeah.
And then big shout out to Rick Steinke, who I messaged late last night. Hey man, one of the struggles is there's no information that comes out in real time on this stuff without searching everybody's Facebook page, trying to get tidbits from everybody's stuff, right? So big shout out to Rick Steinke, who gave me kind of some background stuff. Said in round 1, he said, I went a 5:33, which is pretty badass in a 5:30 index, considering they barely got there in time and made 1 test pass. So, he has benefits because he's been down there racing before with Sick Week, but that's 850 stuff, not 530 stuff. So a little different there. They said he was definitely second on the tree. He raced Corey Galletti. He said he closed me up to probably 5 thousandths or less up top. He said the kid's a killer. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Rick. I appreciate him and the all the extra, background stuff he gave me. He sent me the round wins and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be going through all of that and trying to really, I mean, like, if you if we're not there, it's very hard to get that information. Like there's, man, anyways. So congratulations to Tommy Hoskinson, who you guys will remember he is in the Falcon now and won this class with it, but you'll remember him from last year in the Hurricane swapped Dakota, I think at Sick Week 2025. So he went down, I think at that point maybe it was the quickest Hurricane or the first Hurricane swapped car in the 9s or something like that. They did something. Gen 2 garages where you can watch all that stuff. So big shout out to him and all the stuff they got going on.
Yeah. This next one's kind of cool here. Larry Larson won the True 10-5.
Yeah. Badass mofo right there, dude. That's so cool, man. True 10-5 stuff. That stuff's coming back in a big way. Jimmy Dale has taken what they've done with Little Gangsters, and they're going to pour it into some 10-5 stuff this year. And dude, Larry went through like Ryan Martin, Chase Womack, who won Outlaw Armageddon. Man, there was a list of hitters, like just big list. I know ProMod's got a ton of content coverage this week from Drag Illustrated, but this 10-5 class was full of hitters. Hitters.
Yep. So big shout out to Larry there and with the Nova too.
Yeah, thank goodness. I'm ready to see that car back out. And then Brett LaSala down there, number 1 qualifier in LDR class, 390 at 196.
He is just a killer with that thing. He's got it dialed in. If he did more drag and drive events through the year, he would be a tough one to beat.
Oh man, if they ever decide to go for the world championship, that's a dude that can do it. Like just the mental capacity they have and the just, man, they don't have it quit. They don't know it, and once they get it figured out, it's over. It is
Yeah.
over. So this is a car that is really, 5-second capable. We've seen some very, very low sixes. 390 in the eighth is insane, guys. It's like pro mod territory. I mean, there were several pro mods that didn't qualify with the 390 at Snowbirds. So
Yeah.
when you consider this car working headlights, taillights, blinkers, horn, all the stuff, this car has well, it was number 2 overall for the year. I mean,
Yeah. What
mark that
what
down.
what cracks me up is looking at that picture. Look how high the rear end is in that.
Yeah,
Like the
it
lift on it.
is driving that tire into the ground.
Yeah, no doubt. Pretty
Yeah,
wild to see.
yeah, LDR is one of the funnest classes to watch because they have that kind of, just constant extension as they're going down the track where you can watch like that True 10.5. Those guys are serious squat. Jeff Spear in the S550 Mustang, I think he's got that car S550. That car was literally just about dragging the bumper as he went down that silver one. So pretty cool to watch that. Congratulations to Brad and LDR. That's badass. I have no idea where he landed. There's no coverage. There's no LDR sheets. There's nothing on Brett's page. There's nothing on Motion's page. There's nothing anywhere. So I don't know. Maybe Brett won it. I have no idea. So good luck to those guys. I hope they did well.
Yeah.
Sure they did. So anyways, Car Change 3D, Corey's going to be at PRI next week. So you guys will be looking for that super smiley face right there. He's going to be running around and talking to everybody there as well.
Hopefully he's got shoes on.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, maybe.
Did you see the video he had from the shop?
Oh yeah, where he's doing the thing, he's got no shoes on.
Unboxing and says something about Corey never wears shoes. I got a kick out of that one.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
All right, Molly Motorsports. Attention, high performance enthusiasts and racers. Meet the Molly Motorsports Power Pack Piston Kit, your ultimate solution for power packed performance. What sets Molly apart? It's their forged pistons, graphol coating, and phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Visit mollymotorsports.com for more details. For our podcast listeners, Molly is spelled M-A-H-L-E. And for our PRI attendees, Molly will have a booth set up there, and they will most definitely have their Power Pack piston kit set up. So you can go by and take a look at those and talk to those guys there and see what they can do for your program.
For sure. Well, Howard's Cam community segment, this is kind of information from around the community. We're going to drop the list of Drag and Drive awards that we'll be giving out here in just a couple days.
All right.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend Luke B for your next valve train upgrade.
Big shout out to Harris, who is doing a booth at PRI as well. For Tom Bagley, no, dude, it's definitely not too early for a beer. He's 6 hours ahead of us, so that's 3:45, dude. If you don't have one by 3:45, get one in your hand, man. Especially if you're off work. If you're at work, better not be in the office. That's all I'm saying. I want to give a shout out to Rich Guido. He just sent me a message that said Brett LaSala broke in round 2. Destroyed the U-joint. He sent a picture, but I don't have a way to pull it up here on the thing. Said he saw it on Instagram. So I was trying to search everywhere this morning, man. I was trying to go Facebook. I was looking at everybody's profiles. I was on Instagram and things like that, but I guess I missed that one for Brett. So big shout out to Rich saying to say thanks for him sending that over. Another racer that we missed, and luckily I saw this yesterday on Instagram. So who else is going to be at PRI, sir?
Letitia Hughes with the Mustang is going to be at the Anderson Composites booth in the Green Hall booth number 2201.
Yeah, so I'm going to get that added to our list that'll be posting out for, drag and drive cars from around the, or drag and drive cars at PRI So I'm excited for us to do our walkthrough on Wednesday and see cars that we didn't even know were going to be there that are actually going to be on site. So Letitia Hughes, I'm ready for her to go next level. She did one and done, I think, last year and ended up like with an 860 something in just a single one and done at tracks she had not raced at before. So pretty freaking awesome. She said this year she is definitely shooting for the win in the 850 class.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Jacoby Betts, big shout out to him. One of the first dudes I met on Race Week 2022 or 2020. Man, one of the nicest guys out there. Twin turbo Camaro, owns Betts Performance. If you're in the Texas area and want somebody to work on your car, Jacoby Betts won True Street at the Texas Motorplex at the Streetcar Showdown last night. I mean, this is a big deal for him, taking home some money. You can see in his photo there. And then, of course, another trophy too. I'm sure a huge list of trophies or a huge wall of trophies that are in his house. Hopefully, they're all on the mantle if they can fit.
Yeah,
Probably
that's pretty
can't fit.
awesome.
Yep. And then let's run through this. So I do want to break down this, and when Brian's watching this later for edits, let's just cut this as a standalone segment. So here is the list of trophies that we will be awarding at the Drag and Drive Awards. Obviously, we're not going to tell you who's going to win these. You're going to have to find that out December 11th at 11 a.m. Eastern, right here live or live in person. For the folks that do come live, damn, I wish I'd put the stickers in here. We have 100 stickers. The first 100 people that come in, we're going to give you a special, just a thank you, a commemorative decal is probably the best way to word it, that Eric designed for the PRI Awards, for the Drag and Drive Awards at PRI, saying that you were on site. I think it's going to be good in 10 years when people have 5 or 6 of these from being there on site. We also have a banner that Eric designed that you'll be able to sign as you come in. Would love for you guys to do that. We'll be taking that to events throughout the year, hanging it up and all that kind of stuff. So just kind of promoting you and Drag and Drive racers throughout the year at events. I think it'll be kind of fun. So the first up, this is in order, I think, of how we're going to probably do. Well, I know this is in order because how I pulled it from my notes. First awards given out will be the Summit Racing Equipment Ambassador of Drag and Drive. We have 3 of those. Man, the list of nominations for that one's pretty strong. It's going to be a tough one. We're going to get with Tommy and Jim this week and give them the list, kind of whittle it down and give them the list from there. I'm really pumped. That's one of my favorite ones to give out, just simply because these are folks that live and breathe Drag and Drive as much as we do. Folks that are really pushing. They're bringing new people to the community all the time. So the Drag and Drive Ambassador, that's a big one, man. I'm pumped about it.
Yep. Next one's going to be the Molly Motorsports Toughest Roadside Repair, which, we've been asking for nominations. So we're going to be going through those and figuring out who ends up winning the Molly Motorsports Toughest Roadside Repair here soon.
Yeah, let me drop that link in there too, because dude, we've had some really good nominations. So we'll have obviously the winner, but then we'll also call out the kind of honorable mentions there as well. So I know I said Friday would be our last day, but I would take 2 or 3 more nominations if you guys want to drop them in there for sure. This is Sunday that we're recording this. I would take those till midnight tonight. The Road King up next, Driven Racing Oil Road King. This is another one that's great. This is a person that is willing to travel. There's a lot of drivers that went a lot of distance, a lot of 5-digit trips made this year to get to Drag and Drive events and compete in them as well. A lot of folks drove their cars to stuff too, which obviously that's kind of that extra nudge towards taking home this Driven Racing Oil Road King Award.
Next up is the Deechworks Quickest 850 Class Average ET, which is one of my favorite ones. And this is a new award for 2025, but I think this one's going to be a fun one to give out.
Well, and we talk about 850 so much, but when you start looking at who put it down quarter mile wise for the year, man, I think this is going to be an award that's going to be a big deal as we move forward. I love that 850 class stuff. And then the Howard's Cams bump spot, dude. This is crazy. It's, again, events from across the world. You're talking about the number 100 quickest car. This is the second quickest number 100 spot we've ever had. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Then we've got the J-Wire Solutions quickest overall quarter mile for regional and the J-Wire Solutions quickest overall 8th mile regional.
Yep. Again, regional events way outweighed national events this year. Part of the struggle we have with those events is just, man, collecting data and information from those guys. Car Chains Car Chains 3D quickest overall 235 8th mile national event. I don't feel like that's a micro record because there were more than 60 cars entered in that class in a rowdy radial or 235 style class from around the world.
Then we've got the Performer Built Transmissions quickest 3 overall 8th mile national.
Yeah. I can't wait to Jeff Kirchick. Sorry, buddy. You're getting, I see the text there. I didn't know if we needed to talk about what he texted me while we were on the show. So, Performer Built Transmissions. You say quickest 3 overall 8th mile national. This is going to coincide with the article I write later today that is going to have your top 50 8th mile national events and the 8th mile numbers. 8th mile events by the numbers. AFCO Racing quickest 3 overall quarter mile nationals, which we kind of talked about them in the top 10. So that's going to be that information's already out. So that's your Ned Dunphy, Brett LaSala, and Josh Davis for those 3.
And then we have the 850 and 10-0 points champions. Those are obviously ones that we started. Last year was our first year for doing the 850 and 10-0 world champions. So we'll do both of those.
Yep. And then the top 3 overall points will be award. They will also get trophies as well.
And then we will finish the awards with the Drag and Drive World Champion as we do every year. And that will wrap up an exciting Drag and Drive Awards presented by Summit Racing at PRI. Super, super excited. Again, room 235 on Thursday at 11 a.m.
Yep. And then stay around for the whole show because at the end, we're announcing something really big for all of our race car friends that are out there. All right. Well, that is the Howard's Cams community segment. I want to say thanks to Howard's. They were one of the first folks to come on board with us here. We appreciate them and all they do for us. Luke B is the man. If you guys need some valve train answers, if you need some valve train parts and pieces in this off season, he's your guy. A lot of stuff in stock, a lot of stuff ready to go, which is always big. So don't worry about necessarily a custom ground cam, which they can do, but if you need it by stick week, you need it now. And I'd be willing to leave 5 horsepower on the table to have a cam right now I could put in.
Right.
All right, sir. What'd you find on Racing Junk this week?
Well, what's interesting is I think we've almost covered every car that is in the Racing Junk classified. So the couple that we got today, I would say are probably borderline fitting a drag and drive category, but we're going to go ahead and show them. Since we talked a little bit about Snowbirds and all that, I think they're kind of fitting. But again, Racing Junk is the official buy-sell partner of Drag Drive Repeat and is your go-to destination for everything from race cars to trailers, engines, and more. So let me pull this up and we will cover the couple that I got today, which are, hold on, technical difficulties.
Yeah, one of the things I like about when you're going through these is you're looking, generally we're talking about events. So you're trying to find stuff that is close to an event upcoming. You're trying to find, something that is along lines of what we've got here. And there's typically, we've seen 35 to 45 cars kind of in this category.
Yep. So this one, I've seen it a couple times, kind of wild. This is, man, there's not a lot of information on it. But it's definitely got the old school like vibe to it. This is in Leesburg, Georgia. You get down here, all it says is 89 Pro Street Mustang. It is 90,000. It's pretty wild. If you wanted, you can go through. They've got pictures of everything that's in the car. So it's a 671 blower. I don't know if it says engine size on here. But it's just it was kind of a wild looking car that drew my attention to it. So It's a $25,000 custom purple paint with metallic flames. So
Wow.
it's I don't know that this is today ready for a drag and drive, but it was still pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
And
not the
one,
typical Fox body that you see driving down the road every day.
no, I'm in. That's pretty awesome.
So that was the first one. The second one, this one I really like. This one's kind of cool. I think this would be fun to see out on the street. This is a 65 Corvette with a 24-foot trailer for $52,500.
Wow.
So,
That looks like that's a great color too.
yeah. So this is a pretty sharp looking car.
Sorry, hang on. I'm trying to get hold on just a second. I'm trying to get it to where it's bigger again. Stay with me for just a second, and then let me add this back. There we go.
So this one is in Palm Bay, Florida. So, somebody getting
Just
ready
in time.
for
Yeah.
sick week. You can get the trailer too. Again, the trailer is additionally priced separate at $12,500. So if you wanted the trailer separate, but it's a 582 cubic inch Hartman 1,000 horsepower motor, has 90 passes on a refresh motor. So like this one's getting down mid eights at low 160s.
Wow.
Strange 430s, 40 spline rear end, digital dash, delay box, data recorder, new Hoosier slicks. Weight is 2350 without a driver, so that's pretty light. So pretty cool here. Trailer with generator, compressor, cabinets, and awning. So
Yeah, that's a good looking car.
Yeah, I like that style. It kind of reminds me of the one that was at the short circuit, the dark gray one with the gold wheels.
Yeah, Brandon Taps. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gives me those kind of vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great looking car and pretty tight with a big boy cage in it there.
Yeah.
Like somebody needs to put a whole bunch of nitrous on that thing.
Yes. Yep. Pick that up in Palm Bay, Florida. Take it to Sick Week. Again, 65 Corvette with a 24-foot trailer for $52,500.
Yeah, and I mean with the trailer, like, dude, throw that thing in the trailer and let somebody store it for you and then you go down a week ahead of time and get the car ready.
Yeah.
Man, that's easy.
Bagley talking about the Mustang, I'm sure I'd daily it.
Yeah, 100%. Well, big shout out to Racing Junk Classifieds, man.
Yeah. Not only would Tom daily it, he'd put a rooftop tent on it as well and sleep in it.
Yeah, 100%. Can't blame him. That would be pretty cool. Be at the Racing Junk booth, I think Friday at 10 a.m., something like that, to do a quick conversation with one of their folks over there and just talk about what all they've got going on. I mean, obviously, Racing Junk, we appreciate them putting together an entire drag and drive car segment for us. So,
absolutely. Make sure you stop by. They always got T-shirts they give out every year. So, I think I've got probably four years of Racing Junk T-shirts now.
Yep. That's exactly right. All right. Well, cool. Well, dude, is that it?
That is it. So again, thank you all of our race car friends for tuning in, everybody making comments, chatting with us this morning. This is going to be our last show until PRI. So you're going to get plenty of drag and drive news and live streams and interviews and all that next week during PRI. So make sure you stay tuned. The award show is going to be live streamed. Everything that we're doing there, we will live stream. So again, look forward to seeing all of our race car friends who will be at PRI. And again, Drag and Drive Awards on Thursday at 11 a.m. And of course, again, can't do all this without our sponsors. We wouldn't be at PRI. We wouldn't be hosting an awards show. We wouldn't be doing any of this stuff if it wasn't for these guys. So again, thank you to Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performer Built Transmission, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. Everybody that will be at PRI, safe travels, and we will see you soon.
Yep. In a couple days. It's weird. All right. Later, guys.